Hello students, welcome to my channel Study Chemistry with Tricks. First of all, thanks for liking my last videos. In this video, we'll learn about chemistry in everyday life. Actually, we are studying 3 topics in this lesson. This is 16th lesson of plus 2 chemistry. One is medicine, another is chemicals in food and chemicals in soaps and detergents. First of all, we are starting chemicals in medicines. What is medicine? Medicine is a substance or a chemical which is used to cure disease or relieve pain. या तो बीमारी ठीक होएगी या दर्द ठीक होएगा, because every disease is having certain symptoms. Headache is not a disease, it is symptom. But it can relieve pain also. So, what is medicine? But all medicines are not drugs. What is drug? Drug is generally a medicine or a chemical of which we become addictive. So, when we treat a disease with the help of chemicals, this phenomenon and this practice is known as chemotherapy, chemochemical therapy treatment. So, we are discussing following disease along with their symptoms and their cure. First of all, number 1, antipyretics. Anti against pyretics. Antipyretics are those which are used to lower body temperature. फीवर को कम करने के लिए, बुखार को कम करने के लिए, टेम्परेचर लोअर डाउन करने के लिए. For example, aspirin. Aspirin is a chemical which is used for relieving pain also. Another antipyretic is paracetamol, but we cannot write crocin, dolo. These are their chemical names. We have to write their chemical names only. Actually, this is derivative of salicylic acid, aspirin. Number 2, aspirins. That is, these are analgesics. Analgesics are those which are used to relieve pain. These are of 2 types. They can be narcotic, they can be non-narcotic. Those which are habit forming, these are narcotic. For example, opium is habit forming. These are generally given after surgery or after childbirth. Similarly, non-narcotics are those we don't get addictive of those. For example, aspirin. Paracetamol can also act as analgesics. Number 3, antacids. Antacids are those chemicals which are used to relieve excess production of HCl which are produced in our gastric juices, that is stomach. Because acid is otherwise produced, but if it is not cured, it can result in ulcers, etc. So, for antacid, magnesium hydroxide or sodium bicarbonate, these are given. But in these days, there are certain chemicals which are used to suppress their production also. For example, rainicides. These are antacids. Antacids की 3 examples बोलो. Number 1, magnesium salts in the form of magnesium oxide. Next is sodium bicarbonate that we use in form of ENO, and another is ranicides. Next category is antihistamines. What are antihistamines? Anti-allergics. What is allergy? It is a chemical produced in our body to which any substance may react. For example, certain people are reactive of, they get allergic of dust, which is most common in our Indian culture. Otherwise, allergy can be of so many types, of from almonds, from milk, from maltose and so on. But most common used antihistaminic is diphenylhydramine. Diphenyl, दो फिनाइल के ग्रुप में, hydramine. Again, chemical names are Avil, Zate, etc. But we are to write diphenylhydramine. Next are antimicrobials, which are used to kill microbes. Microbes can be virus, fungus, for example, these days corona. But first of all, they were found in the form of antibiotics. Antibiotics are used to kill, to fight one thief after another. एक चोर को दूसरे चोर के पीछे लगाना. Diamond cuts diamond, लोहा लोहे को काटता है. ये प्रिंसिपल. Antimicrobials अलेक्जेंडर फ्लेमिंग ने पहले सबसे पहले ढूंढा था, ठीक है, पेनिसिलिन. लेकिन नाउ these are under two categories. So they are bacteriostatic and bactericidals. Bacteriostatic and bactericidal. Bactericidal is amoxicillin and bacteriostatic is penicillin. We can cure coronavirus through derivatives of penicillin. So again it is of two types. One is narrow spectrum, another is broad spectrum. Narrow spectrum are those which are limited to only one disease. For example, penicillin. Penicillin is having side effect, that is it can coagulate blood. As a result, it is very dangerous if it is not properly checked. So one is narrow spectrum penicillin, but it is used for rheumatic fever. There is a disease which has no other chemical other than penicillin. That is rheumatic fever. Broad spectrum is amoxicillin. Amoxicillin can be for curing number of diseases which are cured by microbes. But if they are present in body, if they are applied on body, then its category comes out to be antiseptics and disinfectants. Next is antiseptics. Antiseptics are those which are used to kill germs on body. For example, Dettol. But Dettol is used on non-living surfaces, so it is known as disinfectant. And another category becomes disinfectants and antiseptics. Antiseptics are those which are used to kill germs on living tissue. For example, Dettol, but its chemical name is chloroxylenol. Chloroxylenol means this is xylene, this is chloro, ol, xylene, CH3. Right? HH. So this is chloroxylene. Next chemicals are anti-fertility drugs. What are anti-fertility drugs? Which are used to prevent pregnancy. That is, these are used to control birth rate. These are actually female hormones which are given in the form of medicines to female only. For example, mifepristone. Mifepristone. Another chemicals are sulfa drugs, which are used for skin problems only. Sulfa drugs. For example, sulfanilamide. There are certain sources in nature also which contain this sulfanilamide. You must have seen the picture in which a person suffering from skin problem dipping in water and getting cured from that disease, they contain sulfonylamides. Last are anesthetics. Anesthetics are those drugs, chemicals which are given for operative purposes, that is anesthesia. In older times, there were very harmful drugs which were used, but now these days this is divinyl ether. Divinyl ether, which is also known as local anesthesia. That is, if you want to operate this finger, this will affect only this finger, not only whole body. Otherwise, if earlier time if we were used to हमने क्लोरोफॉर्म सुंघाई, the person may go in coma. That is its side effect. So these were chemicals.